Recruiting analyst Gerry Hamilton. And Gerry, we've been talking about it for weeks. It's a storyline we've been following. Vero Beach tying that state record for consecutive regular season wins. And it's not that they did it, but it's how they did it against the defending back-to-back 3A state champions, Chaminade Madonna.
No, it was an unbelievable win for this team. You know, it's been interesting to watch them all season. Vero's had a bunch of close calls. 2 weeks ago, Treasure Coast was 31-30, and people were thinking, okay, this is the week that Vero doesn't get it done. They don't get the 60 to tie that Lakeland team that had 7 kids sign with the University of Florida, one of the best teams ever in the history of the Sunshine State, that Lakeland team was. But Vero was dominant defensively. Their defensive coordinator's done a fabulous job this year. I know we'll talk about some of those young defenders they have, but they won up front at the line of scrimmage. They covered the pass well, and they rushed the passer, and they shut down a running back that had over 1,000 yards in 7 games, a Miami commitment.
And as you alluded to, the Fighting Indians really getting it done, really showed up on the defensive end, and they're led by a budding star, 2021 defensive end, Keanu Cope.
Yeah, Keanu Cope, not only does he have an awesome name, one of the cooler names in the 2021 class, but this guy is 6'4", 225. He has long arms. He's got a really quick first step, and that's where it starts for a pass rusher. You have a quick first step. You have long arms to disengage so he can straight arm that offensive lineman and really create some leverage. But he's a guy who got after the quarterback, and he can do it lining up at a 9 technique, a 7 technique, or even a 5 technique at the high school level. Vero runs a 3-man front a lot of times, but Keanu Cope, he has offers from SEC, ACC, you name it. He was at Miami's game Saturday. Hurricanes are very much in this one. Florida's in it. You know, you name it, South Carolina. He's going to have offers from many of the nation's best, and he's one of the top prospects in this area to watch next year.
So certainly Keanu Cope, one of those names we can expect to see at the top 63, at the top of that list next year.
No
but
question.
There was a couple of those guys that still have some big decisions to make this year. Who do we need to be keeping our eyes on in the weeks ahead?
Yeah, Palm Beach Central wide receiver Brian Robinson. He's a guy. He's visiting Florida State officially November 1st. That's been his leader since he decommitted from Miami in June. That relationship he has with Ron Dugans, the FSU wide receivers coach, is huge in his recruitment. Penn State's also there. He's visited Pittsburgh. He also made a trip up to Florida earlier in October, so we can't count out the Gators, but Florida State has a really strong relationship with him. Then Josh Pierre-Louis at the Benjamin School. He's battled a little bit of an ankle injury this year. One of my favorite football players in this area. You look, he's 5'9", 165 pounds. I get why some programs have not offered him, but NC State wants him. And as long as NC State continues to roll out that red carpet, I expect him to end up at NC State, unless a school in state that maybe hasn't offered yet, or an SEC school that hasn't offered yet, comes in at the end in December. All
right. Well, moving up to the college level, Kaiser, the Seahawks just keep reeling them out, just churning out the victories every
Unbelievable.
week. They entered yesterday 3 wins over top 25 opponents. They get another one on against Southeastern.
And Southeastern was a team that was averaging 41 points a game, Paxton, only giving up 13 on this season. The quarterback, Cooper Jones, had 1 interception and 149 pass attempts. Kaiser picked him off 4 times yesterday. Sage Chin-Young, the tremendous sophomore corner, had 3 of those interceptions. But this game was going to always come down to who stopped the run. And Dan Owen, defensive coordinator for Kaiser, told me before the game, we have to stop the power run game. And they did it. Only 43 yards rushing in the second half for Southeastern. That Kaiser defensive front 7 really held up in that game. And now Kaiser controls their own destiny for the first time in program history. And when you think about a team that's only played about 15, 16 games in the history of their program, to already control your own destiny is amazing. And quarterback Eli Matthews continues to progress, completing over 70% of his passes this year, making really good decisions. Yesterday it was Marquise Burgess on the offensive side, the sophomore running back, carried it 34 times. 107 yards, because it was tough sledding against a really good defensive front. But this Kaiser team now plays at Weber International next week, off week, and 2 home games. If they win those 3 games, they're in the NAIA playoffs.
Right, not even 2 full seasons into the program history.
Doug Socha's doing a great job.
Getting it done. All right, that is ESPN recruiting analyst Gerry Hamilton. Gerry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.